Hello, folks. And I think you'll agree with me that this has to be one of the most interesting times in the history of the world. Legislation has been introduced in Congress to restore the gold standard, adhering to the U.S. Constitution and bringing back sound money policies. That's what I'm talking about. So, as you know, it's imperative that Congress enact this bill. H.R. 9157, titled the Gold Standard Restoration Act, is sponsored by U.S. Representative Alex Mooney, representative of West Virginia. If enacted, it would be a significant step to restoring sanity to U.S. monetary policy. It's in its list of legislative findings. The bill correctly notes that the Federal Reserve note has lost more than 30% of its purchasing power since the year 2000 and 97% of its purchasing power since the passage of the Federal Reserve Act in 1913 when the creature was created. Now, it also notes that under official Fed policy, the dollar loses half of its purchasing power every 35 years, emphasizing the need for a stable dollar, fixed exchange rates, and money supply controlled by the market, not the government, right? H.R. 9157 states that returning to the gold standard, which we need to do, is necessary for monetary and fiscal sanity, along with limited government. It states the gold standard puts control of the money supply with the market instead of the Federal Reserve, discourages excessive deficit spending, and encourages the balancing of federal budgets. See, anytime you make a law, you've got to remember, what is this law going to encourage? Substantively, H.R. 9157, as the bill title suggests, restores the gold standard for the U.S. dollar. Specifically, it requires the Secretary of the Treasury to define the Federal Reserve note dollar in terms of a fixed weight of gold based on that day's closing market price of gold, and right, and to make them redeemable for and exchangeable with gold. All right. Additionally, the bill requires the Federal Reserve to fully disclose all its gold holdings, along with all gold transactions since 1961. Now, this will go a long way toward bringing to light the Fed's activities that very few people are aware of due to the unconstitutional entity's secrecy and lack of congressional oversight. You know, I think it was Nathan Rothschild that said, I don't really care who makes the laws if I control the money supply, something like that. That's what's happening. Ultimately, the Federal Reserve is a significant danger to liberty, one that is simultaneously degrading people's livelihoods and our nation's prosperity. Not only is the central bank unconstitutional, but it has a key role in the conspiracy to bring about a one world socialist government. Absolutely. Ultimately, Congress must completely abolish the Federal Reserve. However, H.R. 9157 would be a great first step toward restoring adherence to the Constitution and sound money monetary policy. So, this is what I want you to do. This is your call to action. Urge your U.S. representative and senators to support this bill. God bless you. God loves you. God smiles when he sees you.